Right, so I finally made it here for doing this mission. That was a really long trip. And gives credence to having something really fast for getting around doing the epic arcs. Let's see here. So, falling into place is the next mission, and so placing this into the linked broadcast array hub will spawn a rescue group, and then you destroy them. There's not too many of them, so I don't feel like I need to fly my other guy over here to salvage all of these. I will loot them, but I don't need to fly them over here to salvage them. So, all right, so here's this ship. The way he's fit's probably going to be great, and he's got both the micro jump and propulsion, and then I have the other stuff in here. If I need more tracking or optimal range, I can take out one of those and put that other modules in, and I can do it in space. I have the mobile depot, so all right. Could be easy. Famous last word. Oh wait, I don't have my item. Shit. Go back. Get back in the dock, sir.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I need this item. It's gonna be required. I have to place it in a box down there or something like that. Alrighty, no warping in at distance on this one because it's gonna be I have to place it in this box, so but then I'll micro jump from there.
Warp drive active.
What I call this thing here, Darth Christopher, it's this is the overview. And that is what I have in the in-game channel live shows. Yeah, there's the null version and the high-sec version. All right, so I think that nothing appears until I put this in the box. I'm gonna drop this right here. I make a safe in each system I go into when I'm at a location. And I'll have a safe for later. All right, So there it is. We put it in. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have jumped like that. Oh well, here we go. That's fine. Yeah, I probably didn't need to jump like that. They were far enough away, but I'd already started it, so guess that's what we got. Apparently the Procure lost 2 minute slots since last time he played. Oh yeah, there's been some changes, you know, and there's been some stuff that's buffed, some that's nerfed. You know how it goes. I'm not hardly hitting them, and they're not hardly hitting me. It just, you know, it's 98 is kind of the range where you hit only 50% of the shots. So I'll get them taken out, and they'll start taking out this closer stuff. So there's Kyrano. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce your name, but if you like flying a Procure, the couple of the Plex packages right now, if you're buying Plex, otherwise, you know, if you're not, don't worry about it. But they have some really nice Equinox Era skins for the Procure. Is one of them, I think, if I remember right. There's one for the Retriever and Coveter as well. Let's see if I can kill him before my Bastion turns off. Yep, there we go. All right. Yeah, let's just complete this remotely. Yes. Right, hopefully I can request a mission remotely too. Well, where did that thing appear? Where's... Oh, that's the linked broadcast, okay. Yeah, if you drop 480 bucks, you can get the Roricle skin. You know, those prices are big. They're really big, and you know, most people can't afford that or don't want that. That's too much for most people. But there are some people who buy those, and that, you know, and then they put the Roricle skin on the market, so you can, you know, potentially buy it that way. It's just me, myself, and I in this system. It's a little bit of loot. Not a huge amount. Let's see here. There's one item left for it to pull in. Oh, but it's pulling in a empty wreck first. Yeah, okay. Fine. There are ways to game the system. I see you guys talking about, buying that amount of Plex and then how much it translates into in game time and stuff. Listen, you buy Plex on sale, you sit on it while it's on sale, and then when in the NES store, they have one of those deals where you save a lot on buying game time or game time with MCT or whatever. And if you have patience and can wait a bit, you can really game it so that your dollars out, your cash out, is you get a really, really good value. Typically, if you buy Plex and turn it into Omega Time right away, it's not necessarily. But you wait for this to go, on sale. It's 45% discount based off of buying it this way. 1 month, but there are times where they have it even cheaper in here. So, and then the multiple pilot training stuff, they put this on sale even more in here sometimes. And so you can really get a lot of bang for your buck if you play it all right. Oh, popped this back up. All right. Did we get that last piece in? We must have. All right, so 4.8 million. It's not a huge amount. Should have the room to fit that. And then, can I take this back out? It still says it's in there. What happens if I take it back out? I already completed it. Can I take it back out? Well, I'm gonna try. It says it's still in there. The item's not mine to take. Okay, good. Well, at least Concord didn't show up. Oh my god. That would have been lovely. When you try and loot somebody else's shit. Oh, I've got my green on here, so all right.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
All right. dump off. Let's loot. Danger is always putting something in there that you don't mean to. Wow. A lot of travel again. All right. It's going to be a bit of flying here. Have a shuttle. I should have a shuttle for this. This next one doesn't require anything special. I mean, I could take the dumb trucker here. Let me see if there's any along the way. They're all way far away. They're on the route, but they're not going to be of any use to me. Let's see. Corzar. Is this all in Corzar? No, there's some other stuff. So check again when I get to Knid.
Warp drive active.
Now this part right here, being so slow with this ship, I don't know. It does take you a bit longer doing like the bowhead way of doing this, but same time I'm like, wish it was a little faster. But you get a lot more security for your ships, and you don't have to leave loot all over the place. You actually have some room for loot. I'm gonna stop off, switch ships, part of it, because I have to go back to that same system. And I don't know, I'll take probably the dumb trucker one. I don't know how fast it is. Probably as fast as my rookie ship. Let's see what the... It's really a dumb trucker fit. So a rookie ship is 3.5 AU. This has a little bit more shielding to it or whatever, but still it's a really dumb fit. I mean, it holds 40,000 cubic meters, but it's just super thin. You can get one shot in it, but I get one shot in my rookie ship too. I don't know. Rookie ship might be a better choice. Big system. Slow ship.
Drive active.
So we're near the end. This is mission 16. And then it's like there's 19 missions. One of them might get skipped. We'll see. This one's pretty straightforward. There's nothing to shoot. I just go there. I see a fleet warp in or out, and then I come back. So here's something that some of you may find interesting. Probably within the next month, I got a new game I'm going to show you that we'll be supporting in our store. It's nothing like Eve. Survival game. And could be fun. And then I have a second survival game that's a different type of survival game.
You, sir, rock.
That will be supporting.
1979 just subscribed for 18 months. Have you thought about doing an alpha to omega character?
Have I thought about doing an alpha to omega character? So I've done it before, and no, I won't do it again because I don't recommend it. I recommend that people are paying for their subscription probably for the first year. And it's just because it turns into too much of a job if you're not careful. So 19 months or 18 months as a sub. 180 gold, everybody here, in your honor. Poindexter, last time we did this, we came up with some interesting results. with Dolly and what your Twitch avatar was looking like. See what we got today. You know, the Poindexter stuff, I mean, you're one smart fox. You outfoxed them. All right, I think we got to make you look meaner here. I think you need to look rabid. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. That is scary looking.
Warp drive active.
That is some scary shit. Okay, Poindexter. This is Poindexter taking too much drugs. This is Poindexter on drugs. All right, I'm putting that up into Discord channel. There you go. Oh my god, that's so bad. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, too much Red Bull and Coke. Mad Scientist edition. Yeah. Oh, man. That's scary looking. Yep. Those eyes, man. Woo. I mean, look at that. This looks like, I see you. Oh, man. So, anyway, and then I got a couple other games I'm working on. One of them that is around the same quality as Eve. And then another one which probably won't see it on the show for like a year and a half. I get in early on working with some of these games, but it has the potential to be super awesome and an MMO. And so looking forward to that.
Warp drive active.
I'm in negotiations, so we've scored a couple games right now. Third, be round into this year, and then I have a fourth one that will be beta into this year, maybe beginning of next year, and then we've got, I think, 3 more that are launching next year. So, you know, we should be able to find some fun out of those. I'll show them on the show here, and at least a bit, you know. So my policy kind of is that if we're supporting them, you know, I'll do a few shows with them, and you know, we look for the fun. If I'm not feeling it, well, then I just don't make more shows about it. We still support them and everything, have them available, and then you know. But I won't, you won't see it all the time like Eve. Is it a space game? So one of the games is a space game. Yeah. So anyway, it's all a bunch of stuff in the works. When we have concrete stuff, then I'll make like official announcements. I hope to have one survival game next week. I'm hoping. I'm not sure that we'll have it all ready to go by then. But next week, might be the week after. And then another one a couple weeks after that. And then we do have a medieval fantasy MMO that will be sometime this year. Not sure exactly when yet. So, and we have a mix of indie games and and a couple that are big studios. So, oh, that's right. I was going to check and see if there was quite a few jumps away. All right, we're just going to take a... Just hop out and we'll take a rookie ship. So anyway, we've been working on stuff. You know, I'm always looking for new games, but one of them we were supposed to have already. But it's development. They're working on it more before they release it, and I'm glad. I don't want shit released too early. So, and one of the game companies that we're working with, they stated to me that they do not really do early access stuff, and so, you know, Dead Pixel, I can't say any names yet, so, yeah, I won't say any names until everything is ready to go. So, yeah, I won't confirm or deny any names.
Warp drive active.
But I'll say I'm looking forward to it. You know, some of them I'm looking forward to playing that they may be fun and stuff, and I'm hoping that they are. They'll be a nice little gem. And a couple of them I know will be fun. We just gotta get there to where we can make announcements. What happened to Crowfall? So Crowfall, that was one that we worked with them for years before they officially launched. And they launched, and a year later, they were gone. So yeah, Crowfall didn't meet the expectations. What was crappy about Crowfall is that I really enjoyed the game. You know, it was well done, and I enjoyed playing it. But they had a problem attracting other players and stuff. So, and I can't really explain why. So, Christopher, you say PAX Day is on its way out. I think, you know, I was reading about PAX Day, and I think that they've got, I think they just released a little too early, and I think they've got a lot of content on the way, and it might make PAX Day very nice. So they certainly have some good mechanisms in the game to where the game could be great. So all right, I'm gonna hop into a rookie ship. Content's one thing it really needs. Yeah, so, you know, it's like, that was one thing I worried about with Dual Universe. We still support Dual Universe. They're making some changes right now, though, and we plan on continuing to support them through their changes. But they, one of the things I worried about was when they initially launched is that they're like, the players will create the content. And I think that that's really the wrong way to look at it, because you need a veteran community before players are making the content. Before that, it all has to be generated with a catalyst in the game of you know, other things to do. And Dual Universe was a lot of fun, but it suffered a little bit from the content perspective because they didn't have all that stuff in the beginning. And it's great now, but Dual Universe also has suffered from a problem of server size and server costs. You get too many players playing on the server, and the server loads get too high to where they get really costly, and to where they start exceeding the income coming in. and it's a scaling issue. So, you know, it suffers from that one thing, which if it didn't have that issue, then it could be pretty interesting. So, Christopher, you're making your own DU server? Yeah, so you know, they're doing to where players can make their own servers now, and that's coming out, and that's going to be very interesting. So yeah, I understand that comes out next week, I think. I probably won't be covering it on the show, but it makes me think about it because I really enjoyed the beginning of play in Dual Universe. You know, the working to get your first ship off of a planet and how many times I crashed and burned trying until finally I made it. And then once you get out there, you're like, oh shit, am I going to be able to make it? Am I going to be able to make it for, you know, getting back in? You know, because you don't know how many times I crashed coming back into a planet too. Do you need subscribes playing your own server? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to find that out. Christopher there is saying 3 months worth of time for it. So, like if you've already had a subscription that equaled 3 months worth of time, or do you have to do that on top of it? You can link the news article? Yeah, go ahead and link it. And then I'll bookmark it and read it later. The players are going to be able to run their own servers.
Warp drive active.
Interesting. So 3 months of subscription time can pay for it if you have more than 3 months worth there. So I guess people will just be able to buy the 3-month codes from us and then redeem those for it. Oh, and that costs just a little bit more than what they're charging.
Warp drive active.
All right. Very interesting. All right, 2 more jumps and I'm there, and then I just witness something and then I fly back. Man, They have cool rewards. Yes, most of the epic arcs do have some sort of reward. I forget what this one is. It'd be some sort of faction module or something like that, if I remember right. Noble modified implant? Yeah, something like that. Alright. Warp to location. All I do is go and view whatever there is down here. And then it tells me I can complete it. I don't have any skins for this. Thought I'd look. Alrighty then. Was he supposed to blow up? Okay, so apparently it blew up. And now it says I need to travel to there. Well, let me click on it. We'll go back and pick up the other ship. Guess that's all I do. All right. Now we head back. Wow, that was a difficult mission. The only thing that could have made it more difficult is if I had to carry something and deliver it. Oh, interesting. Maybe I do need to go to Nisha first. Right, we can know that. Set destination. Yeah, I need to go over here first. And then it's going to tell me to travel over to the other system where I left my ship. Okay, I'm glad I'm reading this. Eve University is nice for having some of that information. What faction hit do you take doing these Empire Epic Arcs? So this will give me a positive. I'm doing the Amarr Epic Arc. It'll give me positive on Amarr and Caldari. It'll give me a little bit of a hit on Galante and Minmatar. I have seen before the hit be as much as half a point. I got to look at what my stuff is at here, because I might have to have my Galante guy do some stuff for me and then share his positives, because what am I at for? I'm at negative 1.65 Minmatar, negative 0.003 for Galante. So they're not too bad, but you don't want to get into the negative 4 range. What is it? Is it negative 3.5 that you start having problems? And negative 5 you have a lot of problems? I don't remember. I don't remember the exact points, but I don't want to have the faction police chasing me. So you don't want to get that negative. But if I do epic arcs like the Minmatar and Galante epic arcs with my Minmatar Galante guy, and then at the very end I can share with this guy half the standings on it. So
Warp drive active.
it's only the epic arcs that you can share state standings. You can't do it on any others. And then if I am having troubles with one being too low, I can do the Sisters of Eve, and you can choose one of the 4 at the end of it. And I actually want to train a couple of characters into flying that pacifier to do the Sisters of Eve one, because the pacifier just blazes right through it. And if I need to, give standings, help fix standings, that can be of help. Is it possible to be positive with every faction? Yes. Typically, you go more positive than what you go negative, but how high you can get is another question. I think that you can probably maintain around a 6.0 with each of them, which 5.0 is all you need to be able to do the epic arcs, but I think you can maintain around a 6.0 with each of them by doing all the epic arcs with the same character, but you'll never get much higher than that because of diminishing returns on the positives, and the negatives are just a negative. There's no modifiers on them. The positives have a modifier on them, so the higher up you get, the less you get per time, but you still take the same negative hit. So yeah, and then you may have to use like the SOE Epic Arc. You do that one, and then you choose whichever one of yours is the lowest of the other 4 as what you're giving your finish points to. All right, complete this mission. Yes, we're going to split this one. And then request mission. And then we're going out to see this guy. So we are going to set destination there, and then add waypoint. It is the same place. Okay, I happen to choose the same one. So this one's gonna be really easy. I just fly to him, and it's done. And that's where my ship is at. There's good notes in Eve University about that, about where to place my other ship to make it easier.
Warp drive active.
So if you're doing a lot of commerce, though, or whatnot, then you're not going to want your commerce character to be trying to do all 4 epic arcs, because if you're in Jita, you want to focus on Caldari. If you're Amarr, you want to focus on Amarr. If you're in like Dodixi, that'd be Galante, or Minmatar is Heck. So whichever hub you are doing all the business out of, you want to hyper focus that character on that. So with this character, that's what I'm doing. I'm hyper focusing on Caldari, secondary of Amar. You always get a secondary. So if you're hyper focusing on Minmatar, your secondary would be Galante. What ship do I recommend for the Galante Epic Arc? I don't remember. I know the Minmatar Epic Arc, I think I did it in a Chronos, and I was able to rip right through everything. Or was it the Galante one? Shit, I don't remember. I'm going to be able to do them again here in 2 weeks. And so I'll have to figure that out. I do have a playlist that's coming out right now on YouTube for the Minmatar Epic Arc. And if I remember right, it was Chronos. So, and it might be Chronos for the Galante Epic Arc as well. It's just because of Minmatar, you'd think, well, maybe I should use like a Vargur or whatnot. But Vargur has a little bit of problems with... It's more of a PvP ship. And I think that the Chronos just performs better. Just like the Amar one here, Paladin is the primary one. And, you know, Golem. Golem is I wanted to use the word multidextrous, which, you know, ambidextrous is like being able to use two hands equally. But you know, a Golem can fire all four of the damage types equally. And then it and then you can just swap out some of the resists, and it can kite, so you'd have a micro jump on it and be able to kite most things. So I think you could do all just with that one ship. It's very versatile. It's the only one of the Marauders that can do all four damage types. None of the others can. Yeah, it's a decent PvP doctrine too. Yeah, and you can make a, you know, you can make a torpedo golem that is like tanked for you tank it for brawling, and that can be pretty dangerous and pretty good. But the torpedoes, you can't get nearly the distance, and so if you're trying to kite things, it's hard. And also with torpedoes, you run into the problem of that the explosion radius is so big that, like with battleships and stuff, it just obliterates them. It does a really good job of that. But with frigates, you're hitting them multiple times before you're taking them out. And so you kind of want something that's in between. And so you could use faction torpedoes. Faction actually has a smaller blast radius than like Tech 2's. And so that'll help a little bit. You also can use like what are the things with the lasers? God, all of a sudden I can't remember what it's called. They're a mid module that uses a laser to blow up the ship's signature so that you can hit them better with bigger ammo. Target painter, thank you. There is also like ship computer stuff to make your blast radius smaller. So if you're going to try and brawl, you got to be able to mitigate that stuff. Well, that'd be a fun experiment to try out, to play with, to come up with the best fit for each one of the epic arcs. I think the paladin fit that I've got right now, if you had to choose one ship, you know, as being the best for it, the paladin, probably the way I have it configured, is probably right. And there's only a few missions in the Mar epic arc that are primary kinetic, and then thermal. And you can deliver thermal with a paladin. You cannot deliver kinetic, though. Kinetic requires projectiles. All right. So, oh, it looks like I gotta report to this guy, and he's, what is he, in space? Agent located at the Mayan Security Forces beacon. All right. So, all right, we'll do that in a minute. If you're watching on YouTube, see you in the next episode.